you. So, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much to the organizers to give me the opportunity to present our project here in the middle of you all who are women, and we have a women project. We're women, female plastic surgeons all over the world. We're completely international. And if you're not shocked by the hacking, your latest will be shocked now. And it's nothing for sissies, but stay, because if you didn't know that, you better would. So could we just start?
Regardless of skin, religion, or sociocultural background, one of the most treasured moments in life across all nations is when a man and a woman decide to tie the knot. A beautiful moment of innocence and purity. But if that turns into domestic violence... Women for Women by IPRAS is helping.
Yeah. Now, oh, yeah. Doesn't start? Okay, the first slide doesn't start. I wanted to show you that in every 20 minutes, or according to the Times of India, every hour in India, according to the Times of India, 20th January 2012, a woman is burned because of dowry issues. Every hour. A crime that is prevalent only in India, which is not really true. It's there in Bangladesh, it's there in Cambodia, it's nearly in the whole third world, with a few exceptions. Greedy husbands and his relatives harass the newlywed bride for getting more dowry. It's all a money issue, and often kill her in the process. And very often she's burnt alive, because this is disguisable as a domestic accident. This horror is therefore called bride burning, or in official terms, and this is a technical term called dowry death, dowry burn, in-law burn. So many die, but many survive, like this girl. There are no reliable statistics available. They are suffering incredible pain when they survive. It's mostly declared as a domestic accident, and it's just a rhythmic explanation saying, stove exploded. These are the women patients we go and see. This sounds quite esoteric, but it's very, very physical. Women for Women by IPRAS is a charity program founded by IPRAS, the International Confederation for Plastic Reconstructive and Aesthetic Surgery. And we international female plastic surgeons, it's the whole surgeons, but we female surgeons, intend to help women suffering from socially excluding or disfiguring injuries or trauma. The aim is the treatment of female victims of social cultural trauma and in close collaboration with local surgeons, national societies, medical authorities, and other humanitarian organizations and programs within and outside IPRAS. Why would we focus on women? Well, according to the WHO, female plastic surgeons are less and underrepresented in other surgical charity programs. Is there a need? Yes, there is. In 1994, a World Bank study on selected factors facing girls and women in the age group of 60 to 44 found that domestic violence and rape are more dangerous than motor vehicle accidents, cancer, war, and malaria. We think that we should demonstrate care for female patients who, because of their social environment, have less opportunity to be treated and show less reluctance to present their problems to female doctors, to other women. It's not at all, and I have to pronounce that, a feminist movement. It's just a kind of gender gender feeling that we should show our empathy because we did not know and we do not know so much about this. We collaborate with other humanitarian IPRAS programs, European program called SHARE, an international program called HUGS, to save and share experience and resources, coordinate missions, and communicate needs. SHARE is consisting of all these institutions you see here, and you might know some of these. We approached our surgical mission as such. We plan through the mission and then we see for post-operative care and rehabilitation. Planning is that we only do missions on demand. We are invited. We define a local coordinator or host who is gathering the patients, classifies types of injuries in patients, investigates local conditions, especially safety, transport, facilities, local media staff, anesthesia, and so on, which very often takes place in local hospitals and institutions, even in university hospitals. On the surgical mission, we screen, plan the program, the operative program. We do a lot of documentations for transparency, have informed consent from the patients for the surgery and for the presentation of all photographs we take. We do photo documentation, do screening sheets, write procedures reports, definite post-op orders with local staff, plan changes, for instance. And all these forms I'll show you now, like a screening sheet and an informed consent sheet, we would use the same standards as we would use with our patients at home. Offering choice and options of treatment to the patient through our translators. Post-op care, we also have a sheet for that, and all our teams, because there's so many different teams, are equipped through a Dropbox or whatever with these sheets, and they are supposed to fill out these sheets meticulously and bring them home, and we have them there on stock to revise them and to do our statistics and to prove what we've been doing. Long-term care is about what you would know, long-term social integration and psychological counseling, education, like these acid burn women from the Acid Survivor Foundation in Bangladesh, who are doing the compression garments you need after burns and very ugly scars. Sustainability, naturally, in any kind of missionary or in any kind of mission or humanitarian is essential. Involvement of local medical staff belongs to that. Respecting local society and social and environmental situations. We install ongoing physiotherapy with the local institutions. We do educational programs for women who cannot be reintegrated in their families. You must imagine they come out from the families where they have been burned, then they have their children probably there, and their own family normally would not take them back because they have paid that she goes away. Repeat missions to the same locations is mandatory to see what we've done, to see our results, and be able to do touch-up operations, because that, especially in burn scars, is essential. We've been doing 13 missions since 2008 in various parts of India, in the Himalaya, in Kenya, and in Bangladesh on the Chars, on a hospital boat. Our next mission, in 13 missions between 2008 and today, we had more than 600 patients screened, 207 received surgery, and 489 procedures were performed. This is for medical people. 270 patients had multiple surgeries. This was effectuated and only possible in cooperation with other organizations like Helpline, Rotary, like local university faculties in Lucknow, Nairobi, the Salaya Hospital, a private hospital in Vijayawada, south of India, and Friendship Humanitaire in the Chars of Bangladesh. I would like to tell you some stories. This is Rinku, a 19-year-old girl. She arrives at a boat clinic in Bangladesh with father and brother. She had been set on fire by her mother and sister-in-law on issues of dowry quarrels. She, at least, can stay with her family she came from. She had neck and skin and face contractures. The contractures were released and her fingers were reconstructed. But all she told us is, I love her. I want my beauty back. Devi is 25 years old. She was married at the age of 20 in a small village in southern India. 3 years ago, her husband poured delivery hot soup, boiling soup on her, also sort of to get rid of her. She tried to shield her face with her hands, and that is why her hands were so essentially hurt, and she did not receive any post-burn care. These are fingers I have never seen in my life before. With this hand, I could not guess which finger was which. We operated on her in 2010, and following surgery, she was one of those who spoke openly to the local press to tell her story. Devi now is working in a factory and supporting her two young children by herself. Nihari is the worst you can have seen. This is Nihari before her marriage. Her husband, she wed at the age of 19, began to abuse her also because of monetary issues, physically and mentally. And here I will only flash that through. Here she is as when we saw her. Here she is after the first operation, and we did various operations on her. I personally have operated on her 3 times already. And here she is. I mean, it's nothing you can imagine, but she can live with that. This is one of the women I have personal internet contact, and she's emailing me now and then. And we will be going back to again do things on her that she will look more and more normal. But now she works on her own, she lives on her own and working as a teacher in a village school. This is Asma, 17 years old, from Bangladesh, extensive burn fracture from the perineum. And that resulted in webbing of her inner thigh skin. Due to the extent of the webbing in her groin and both inner thighs, she was unable to provide independent perinatal care. She was rendered to an infantile status where she had to have her basic personal hygiene needs provided by her family members. And here she is with her surgical options limited. She finally received treatment in 2 subsequent very big operations. This is like microsurgery. We had a group of international Canadian and New Zealand doctors working together with us in that team. Our future missions are in Jalandhar, Punjab in September this year, Hyderabad, September this year, Kilmari, Bangladesh again in March 2013. And new locations will be in Sulamaya in Iraq, in Afghanistan in Herat, and in Cambodia. This is a bit difficult except in Cambodia because there really in the other countries are some safety issues to be respected. Now, participation of our male colleagues and supporters is always welcome. And this is where we get our money from. We get donations and have been financed initially by IPRAS. Thank you very much.